Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying for Beginners. Today we're going to tie an olive woolly worm. The hook I have in the vise is a 3769. This is a size 8. This is a wet fly nymph hook. It is 2 extra heavy from Green Caddis Outfitters, greencaddis.com. I'm going to start out by putting some lead on it to weight it. And I'm going to use 25 thousandths lead wire. We're going to weight almost the whole shaft. Oop. Go ahead and pull that off. And we'll keep that in the middle there. I'm going to use olive thread, and this is 70 denier or 8/0. You can use 6/0 or even 3/0. Going to start the thread behind the eye. I'm going to hold those lead wraps, and then we're going to put wraps in back of it. And we're going to remove the excess. This is a very good fly to for beginners, like for your first fly or second fly, stuff like that. And it's also a very good fly. It works very well. For our tail, I'm going to use some red craft fur. You can use a piece of red yarn or a red marabou. But I have some of this craft fur that's already pulled off. I'm going to take a chunk from the cut off stuff already because we only want a short piece. So I cut some off what was already cut off. You can see there's long stuff there too. I'm going to tie this in. I'm going to keep the tag all in back of the lead wraps if I could. This way we could kind of level out the hook there. Now I have all this extra. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to cut that. And we only want that to be about 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch. And that's what it would look like if you used red yarn. I'm going to take olive chenille, and you can make these in whatever color combination you'd like. If you want black or brown. We're going to take the chenille and we're going to pull the fluff off the end, and we expose that thread, and we're going to tie in that thread. Now I'm going to take, I have an olive grizzly saddle. You want one that's relatively the right size. You don't want a big hackle that's going to be way too big. You see how it's just going a little bit past the point of the hook? I'm going to take that, we're going to stand up the end piece at a 90 degree, and we're going to trim that off. And we give that a little bit of a crew cut there. Going to tie that in, and then bring that thread up to the head. You want to stop your thread just in front of the lead wraps. We're going to take our chenille and we're going to wrap that. And you can see where it fell off the lead wraps, it's pushing forward and almost going right to the eye. So that's why we want to stay back from the eye slightly. Put a couple of wraps on top and a couple of wraps in front. We're going to remove the excess. That fluff out of there. Clean that up a little bit. Now we're going to take our hackle, and if your hackle is long enough, you don't need pliers. This one I'm going to have to use pliers on. I'm going to take one wrap at the back, and then I'm going to palmer it forward. Palmering being open space wraps, just like a barber pole. Bring that right up front, and you could give that one complete wrap right around the front. Then we'll tie that off. Move our hackle pliers. Make sure you hold that tight. Then we'll put some wraps in front of it. Take our poke and snip cuticle trimmer. Remove our excess. Now we're going to build the head. I'm just going to pull the hackles away from the eye and build that head. The head of your fly should be about the size of the eye of the hook. Got a couple of hackles going forward there. I'll just give them a quick trim. We're going to take our whip finish. Tug that tight. Trim that off. Take a little bit of head cement. Clean your brush off pretty good. And I got some in the eye. I know I got head cement in the eye, so I'm going to take a feather that I have just laying around, and I'm going to put that through the eye. And I know that that eye is cleaned out, and I won't have to fuss with it on the water. This is a really good fly for trout, especially stock trout. It's a good fly for bluegills and panfish. It's pretty easy to make. You'll be happy with it for one of your first flies. And I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends, leave comments, questions, suggestions.